fair game. No, he's not. What's up, Richard?
Stable now.
What's up?
Hey, hey.
What's up? What's up,
on?
Richard?
Oh, so I have to make myself my little cocktail yet, so I can read. So I have to clear my throat and make my cocktail. So I'll show you what my cocktail consists of. Consists of
Does it have a crocodile in it?
oh, it does. Let me see what I have here. I have to get rid of my the background, right? My background is no background. There we go. So I didn't want the stuff to pop up. Okay, so that's what we go. I have Minute Maid Zero Sugar, which is really, really good. I got this actually BOGO in Publix, so it was a BOGO. So I got to get 2 of these for the price of one.
There's an interesting drink right there,
I'll
Lisa.
pour that into my,
Yeah.
I'll pour this into my cup. It's a very, very good drink. And then
And now he's going to pour some whiskey in there.
no, not at all. It's not whiskey time. It's Tito's time. That's where we go. We're going for some Tito's time. I'm going for the Tito's. We got a handle, so that's what we're gonna do. We're going for
Patty.
Have you tried the Deep Eddy?
Tell me when.
Go,
Richard,
how big
go.
that cup?
That's enough. Richard, stop. Richard, stop.
Okay, Richard, stop.
All right, okay, that's good.
You're
Keep
crying
going.
out loud.
That'll get me through a couple of pages at least. Huh?
Dang.
There you go, Richard.
Hope he's
All right,
matching that with the freaking.
Whoa.
Richard, add a splash more in there, buddy.
Oh, I think we're okay.
I can actually.
You know what I'm gonna mix it with though? I got this. This is one of my favorites. I got this for for like $100, and this is one of the best knives you can get. It's one of those perfect like boom. It's not as good as I have a Smith and Wesson knife as well. That's like it's just the Smith and Wesson trigger, but this one's good. But it's what I use to stir my drink, and I like that. I'm saving it for my trial by combat with Germ. Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Richard, I got drunk watching you.
we'll have a knife. We'll have a knife. That's what I want. That's really what I truly want is a knife fight with that man. We have a trial by combat, alternative dispute resolution. By the way, this is the document that was filed in the court today. It arrived there today, and it got filed.
Okay.
And you know all about this, Lisa, because it's your motion that I'm joining.
Yeah.
You made a motion.
Yeah. What doc number was it? Do you know?
167, 170 something. I don't know, somewhere in there. We're in the 170s at this point, right? 173. So everybody knows what judicial notice is, right? Just for the audience, so that they know what judicial notice is and what the motion is. You can ask the federal court to take judicial notice of a fact that's not reasonably in dispute,
That's great.
right?
Yeah.
So we have who won the Super Bowl this year?
The Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Who won the Super Bowl?
Seattle.
Seattle,
The
yeah.
Seattle Seahawks, right? So you can go to the judge and say, Judge, I'd like for the court to take judicial notice that the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl. And that's not a fact that's reasonably in dispute. Unless you got some maniac from New England that says, no, the Patriots really won. Blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what happened. So you could. These are things that the court does to try to save time and not have BS happening, and so they don't need all the evidentiary stuff to go in. And when you want them to basically take notice of the facts, but for a reason. And the reason can't be for the fact itself. It has to be that it shows something. And in this case, it shows that when Jeremy, the words that he was saying were said, the timing of when he said them, that he uttered them. We're not asking them for the truth. We don't care if they're true or they're not. But we're showing that the timing of when he put them in. And then when the judge takes them in, the judge could consider the entirety of what Jeremy said. And we're going to get into that when we read this, about how he said, these people are never going to be done with me. I'm going to keep going and going and coming and this and that. And it shows sanctionable conduct. It shows that he'll file meritless litigation forever and ever and ever, and that he is a menace. He's showing himself to be a vexatious litigator and a menace to the federal court. And that's the reason why, Lisa, you filed this. And we know more from what you said earlier today that he's a menace, and we'll get into that probably with another filing. But I joined in your motion. So this amplifies your motion.
Yes, absolutely.
So you want me to start reading?
Yeah, I got to basically the Palomop campaign. You want me to
Go down to the footnote, and I'll read the footnote first. Okay. Because Bruce really liked this footnote. Okay. You know what Palomop, it stands for one thing, but I actually made it into something new. So POLIMOP refers to several acronyms. One is Plaintiff Originated Litigation and Media Orchestration Protocol, coined by Luthmann. That's me. I made that up. I think that perfectly defines what he's doing.
You're absolutely right.
It comes from him, originated. It's litigation. That's what we're in. And it's a media orchestration protocol. It's like an orchestra. There's a conductor, and there's all sorts of different people playing instruments, and they're all singing off the same song sheet. So that's what POLIMOP is. Another is protraction of litigation and multiplication of proceedings, which is also true. And that was coined by attorney defendant Bruce Matskin. POLIMOP refers to plaintiff Jeremy Hales' apparent strategy of flooding the docket with filings primarily to generate content for his YouTube channel and social media audience. In practice, Mr. Hales and his network of collaborators will rapidly publicize each court filing, creating a media ecosystem around this litigation. Mr. Luthmann notes that he copied the court in his February 16th and February 21st conferral email solely to preserve the transparency under these unusual circumstances, not to circumvent the proper channel. So I sent emails on 16th and 21st of February to meet and confer with Randy Schock before I filed this to try to resolve it. I asked him to try to resolve this stuff. And basically let's come to some resolution. Call me on the phone. Even this guy won't call me on the phone. He's scared of me, I think. And you have to do that under the local rules. So you're trying to act nice to people. That's what the rules say. You got to kind of be nice before you file a motion. And once I filed the motion, I just said, I don't have to file a motion now. Lisa did it. I'm not going to, add more burden. So we'll get to that. So given that Mr. Hales can instantaneously broadcast salacious allegations via YouTube before Mr. Luthmann, who must file by mail due to pro se e-filing restrictions, even has an opportunity to respond, ensuring the court's awareness of communications was a good faith measure to prevent one-sided narrative advantage, not an improper ex parte contact. And let's check out Donaldson versus Clark, and I have the site there. Courts must ensure procedural rules are not wielded to unfairly disadvantage pro se litigants. And that's an 11th Circuit. Okay, now go back up to the footnote, and we'll continue reading. There we go. Mr. Luthmann has elected not to file a separate motion. That's what I said. He instead joins in Lisa Lee's motion and incorporates herein the arguments he raised during the conferral and subsequent correspondence. Those arguments summarized below dovetail with and supplement Ms. Lee's underscoring why judicial notice is not only appropriate, but necessary in this case. Here's the argument. February 15, 2026, What the Hales YouTube live stream and transcript are proper subjects of judicial notice. Mr. Luthmann joins in requesting that the court take judicial notice of a publicly available YouTube live stream video dated February 15, 2026, featuring plaintiff Jeremy Hales and his company Elephant Shoe, LLC, DBA, What the Hales. This video titled Federal Court Update, It's Just the Beginning, was broadcast to hundreds of thousands of Mr. Hales' followers and remains accessible online. The complete video has been preserved, and a certified transcript has been filed as Exhibit A to Ms. Lee's motion. In that live stream, Mr. Hales made several statements directly relevant to this case, including the striking declaration that Fed 2 is just the beginning. The defendants will have me in their lives forever. Those were his words. Such statements openly made by the plaintiff on a public platform are not subject to reasonable dispute as to their existence. The fact that Mr. Hales uttered these words on the date in question can be accurately and readily confirmed by sources whose accuracy cannot be reasonably questioned, namely the archive video itself and the official transcript of the broadcast. Courts routinely take judicial notice of information posted on publicly available websites, including videos and transcripts, when the fact of what was said and when is not reasonably subject to dispute, even if the truth of the content might be. For example, the 11th Circuit has approved judicial notice of public records and materials available online in appropriate circumstances. And there's a case where they approved judicial notice of publicly accessible SEC filings in a motion to dismiss. Also, the court said in the 11th Circuit, judicial notice is appropriate where a fact, quote, can be accurately and readily determined from sources whose accuracy cannot reasonably be questioned. So YouTube has almost become like a utility, nowadays. You could take something that's broadcast on YouTube the same way you used to be able to take something that was broadcast on CBS or ABC or NBC. It's for real. Okay. Other courts have likewise recognized that the content of online publications can be noticed for the mere fact of their publication. And we have some cases here that talk about information on websites for the facts of certain statements are made publicly. And Jeremy made a public statement. He made a public statement, and he broadcasted it. So that's we're in that category. And most pertinent here, the 11th Circuit itself has taken judicial notice of public court records and dockets available online, emphasizing that Rule 201 applies to facts that are obtainable from reliable sources. And it talks about all the different things there. In short, YouTube video and transcript at issue fall within the category of facts and materials eligible for judicial notice under Rule 201b2. Now, 201c2, it mandates judicial notice when properly requested and supplied with the necessary information. Under Federal Rule of Evidence 201c, once the proponents of judicial notice provide to the court with necessary information to verify the facts, and the fact is not subject to reasonable dispute, the court must take judicial notice. Here, through Ms. Lee's motion, the court has been supplied with the exact source material, the video's URL, and a verbatim transcript needed to verify the statement in question. There is no reasonable question as to the authenticity of the material. It's a recording of plaintiff's own statements, preserved in unaltered form. Notably, courts have held that even records from other court proceedings are judicially noticed to establish the fact of such litigation and related filings, though not for the truth of the filing's contents. By the same reason, the court should take judicial notice that plaintiff has publicly made certain statements on February 15th, as reflected in the YouTube video and transcript, without treating those statements as proof of any truth asserted therein. Taking notice on this matter will simply acknowledge an incontrovertible reality. Plaintiff said these things on the record to his audience. A court may properly take notice of that kind of fact, the occurrence of plaintiff statements, just as it would take notice of the contents of filings or other public records. Importantly, Mr. Luthmann and Ms. Lee do not ask the court to assume anything Mr. Hales said in the video is true. The purpose of the request of judicial notice is not to prove the truth of the plaintiff's utterances, but to establish the fact that plaintiff uttered them in a public forum on a given day. Courts commonly limit judicial notice exactly in this fashion. For example, taking notice that a party made certain allegations or statements at a certain time without accepting those statements as true. In this case, law to back it up. Here, recognizing the fact that Mr. Hales' statement serves a critical evidentiary purpose, as discussed below, while avoiding any hearsay or truth of the matter concerned. So there's a big rule in court called hearsay. Okay, right. And so hearsay, they're going to say, hearsay is a situation where it's somebody said it and you say, oh, so he said that or she said that, it's hearsay. This isn't one of those situations. One of the big reasons is because Hales is a party, right? Jeremy Hales is a party of this litigation. And number two, the big issue is that the statements that are made were made on a wholly reliable platform. YouTube and the internet's a reliable publishing platform. That's what people publish. They broadcast. What we're doing right now is we're broadcasting. And so it's not like this stuff goes away. The way it would go away is if we tried to take it down, but we've already documented it. We've kept copies of the stream. We have a transcript of the stream. So we can't destroy what was already broadcast.
Right.
Okay. So, evidentiary purpose. In accordance with Rule 201c2, because the prerequisites of notoriety and accuracy are satisfied and the evidentiary sources provided, the court must take judicial notice of the February 15, 2026 live stream and its contents as requested. Now, those are the elements right there: notoriety and accuracy, right? And then the source. So we got it all. It's the same thing as court documents come in this way, reports come in this way. Any question come in this way. B, plaintiffs on the record statements are highly relevant to show improper purpose and vexatious conduct. Mr. Hale's own words, once judicially noticed, have significant legal relevance. In the video, after learning of recent adverse developments in this case, Mr. Hales brazenly announced to his viewers that this federal lawsuit, which he refers to as Fed 2, quote, is just the beginning, and that defendants will, quote, have me in their lives forever. By any fair interpretation, this is a direct threat of perpetual litigation. Plaintiff said broadcast that he will continue suing the defendants and perhaps others indefinitely, regardless of the merits, as a form of ongoing personal campaign. This is precisely the type of improper motive and bad faith litigation conduct that courts are empowered to address and sanction. It provides context for why defendants have repeatedly raised concerns about harassment and abuse of process in this case. Indeed, at the time of Mr. Hale's statement, the assigned magistrate judge, Judge Bolifo, had recently issued a report and recommendation advising dismissal of large portions of this lawsuit with prejudice due to fundamental defects. Yet Mr. Hale's response was not to reconsider his claims, but to publicly vow to keep suing so that his targets will have me in their lives forever. Such an announcement strongly supports the inference the plaintiff is pursuing this litigation and threatening future litigation for purposes of intimidation, retaliation, or self-aggrandizement, rather than to resolve any genuine legal dispute. Federal courts have both the inherent authority and indeed the obligation to protect the judicial system and other litigants from abusive, bad faith litigation. And there's a very big case there, Chambers v. NASCO from the Supreme Court of the United States. They recognize the court's inherent power to sanction conduct undertaken in bad faith. And there's some 11th Circuit cases there too about inherent power. Martin Trigona, Prokop v. Strickland, and Caulfield. And you go down to the next one. Mr. Hale's recorded promise that this lawsuit is, quote, just the beginning of his campaign and that his opponents will never be rid of litigation is a stark admission of vexatious intent. It aligns precisely with defendant's contention that plaintiff is misusing legal process as a weapon and a tool, i.e. polymop, rather than actively seeking a legitimate remedy. By taking judicial notice of the February 15, 2026 video and transcript, the court will formally recognize this critical piece of evidence of plaintiff's mindset. Doing so will aid the court in evaluating any future motions concerning sanctions, fee shifting, or vexatious litigant restrictions. It will also ensure that any adjudication of the pending matter or the case as a whole is informed by the reality of plaintiff's litigation conduct and intent. For instance, should Mr. Luthmann or others move for sanctions or for an injunction to curb further abusive filings, Mr. Hale's own words will be before the court to demonstrate the necessity for such relief. The 11th Circuit has made clear that district courts may and should employ creative sanctions and injunctive measures to deter relentless, meritless litigation, especially where a litigant has displayed contempt for the court's rulings or the jurisdiction's limits. And that's the Prokop case, talking about the substantial discretion of the courts to craft injunctions against abusive litigants as long as access to courts for legitimate purposes is preserved. Also the Copeland case, upholding an injunction requiring leave of the court for filings by abusive pro se litigants. So
I love the fact that there's so much case law in here.
The fact is that it's tailor made for people like Jeremy who are going to act vexatiously and think that they're going to not heed the court and do whatever they want. So in some plaintiffs, on record statements are probative of bad faith and improper purpose, considerations that underline not only potential sanctions but also the court's broader management of this case. Judicial notice of those statements will put the court in the proper position to address the situation with eyes open. For the foregoing reasons, defendant Richard A. Luthmann Jr. fully supports and joins in Lisa Lee's motion for judicial notice, 168. He respectfully requests the court grant the motion in its entirety, therefore taking judicial notice of the February 15, 2026 YouTube live stream video and transcript featuring Plaintiff Hales for the limited and appropriate purpose of establishing the fact that plaintiff made the statements therein on that date. Such relief will avoid duplicative filing, serve the interests of justice, and help curtail further abuse of the judicial process. Mr. Luthmann further requests any additional relief the court deems just and proper in connection with his joinder. And there we go. I signed it and, got it out. Actually sent it yesterday, got there today and filed. So, and then these are the emails that we sent. We had the emails going through, and everybody's seeing these emails, and I have his live stream is preserved there on those YouTube.
Yeah. I'm glad you added that because I didn't put where it's preserved in case he does take it down.
He might take it down, but we still have it. I have it preserved, so it's not going anywhere. I have it either in video form, an MP4 form. I have it on a Google Drive. I may upload it, to a site.
I have it too, but I didn't put a link to it. That's in my filing. So I'm glad you added this to your exhibit.
Yeah, so it's there. It's not going anywhere. And then we have the transcript. We have it all in there. And this is what I said to Shockett back early on, and I got no response from Shockett. Shockett plays telephone tough guy, plays keyboard tough guy. Lisa, you know this because he came and he doesn't respond to me. He's scared shitless of me, and so is Jeremy. They don't respond to me. But when you do something, they come and say that you did this wrong and you did that, and they come back and try to bully you. They know they can't bully me. They know that they got problems. They want to come and bully me. They want to open the door. I will run right the fuck through it. That's but he tries to bully people he perceives as weaker. And,
and the judge caught it.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew what he was doing, and I pointed it out, but the judge definitely caught it because he knew. He goes, "But you're asking for extensions to respond to these other motions and dismisses. She tells you she's going to fix hers, and all of a sudden you have an answer in a day." It's quite funny. But even here, he tried to say that I did not. He opposed my request for judicial notice and said that I never conferred with him about it. And I'm like, well, first of all, yeah, I did.
Before, and it's been conferred about it. And you were actually on this motion, so it's not going to be technically defective. And the fact is, if they allow my joinder, they're going to be like, well, you had a shot to talk to everybody, but you sent an email already yourself, so you're fine.
Yeah, but I didn't send to the court the copy of the email. But the judge, if he's looking at his emails, knows I did.
Yeah, because everybody's on there.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, you brought this all in during, I mean.
Yeah, the beautiful part about this is that is my there. Now the best part is Exhibit B is Mr. Shizzy Wisnut. And we'll talk about him now because he's become now part of the issue because of the Palomop and the orchestration of litigation and the orchestration of media, right? So the orchestration protocol, that's the MOP in Palomop, the way I say it.
I call him Shizzy Numbnuts.
Media orchestration protocol is this talks about these channels, right? And the Jeremy Hales media ecosystem. And they're include but not limited to Shizzy Wisnuts, Just J Hip, Ketchup, Mr. Leatherface, That Umbrella Guy, or Tug. And these are three things talking about the three streams from YouTube from their different people, different channels.
Oh,
and
they're all part of Massengill Corporation.
That's Massengill Corporation. That's right, Douchebag Incorporated. So they have over 400,000 users between those groups. I think it's Shizzy and a couple other, but they talk. This is them basically. These three the links. If Judge Hinkle goes into these, he'll see that that the three of them are reading off the same song sheet, and they are pissing on Judge Bolifo. So Judge Bolifo made this report recommendation, and they're going in, and all they want to do is they want to piss on the guy, and that's what they did. In tandem, this was a coordinated, orchestrated media hit. So that's what this shows. And if keep going,
Richard.
Yeah.
What about Mr. Coop?
Yeah, I talk about them later on. I talk about them.
Okay.
So did I put them? Is that above, or do we go past that? Or no? Keep going. Go up because I list all the people that I'm. Actually, I think it's further down. Go down. I think it's further.
Okay.
If it's not there, we'll go back up. Then this is the part where he talks about that I was threatening his wife. His wife is a lawyer,
Oh yeah.
allows him to do what he does. That's it right there. Paint chips. And so he comes back over there and that Google OCGA 16-10-97. And he said, I threatened his wife in some way, shape, or form. I have no idea what he's talking about. I made no threats, implied or actual. I'm just engaging in litigation notices, and I'm engaging in what I got to do. And I've never contacted his wife directly through email. So
all this is the reason why I took Shizzy and Jay out of it, to just like stop them from being part of the thread with me and conferring with Chocket.
Well, I did. Jay Hip sent me an email.
Yeah.
And Jay Hip said he doesn't want to talk to me ever again. So I was heartbroken for about, a third of a second. And so then I took him off and I said, oh, well, I guess I can't deal with his pear head horse face for the rest of the day unless I have to sue him, which may very well happen. So, but what this is the court is going to see, this guy, he's talking about, dick and Vaseline containers and, friggin' wet farts. And that's what this guy's talking about. And this is what the court record is going to see for quote unquote Shizzy Wisnut. Right. And so they're going to see that this is one of Hales'
him and his AI machine. And he says, so when I use AI, it's funny. I'm like, that just means you can't come up with your own freaking thoughts, you idiot.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't answer an email without using AI? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? You're not that clever, apparently.
And then I respond back to him here. This is the email before that where I gave him all the stuff that I'm putting him on notice. He's part of this ecosystem. I'm putting him on notice that he's creating more media, putting him on notice it's in a proper litigation purpose. And here we go. There we go. I'll read this part. This is important. If this court does not intervene by dismissing this matter of prejudice and halting this circus-like conduct, the generation of media fodder devoid of legitimate litigation purpose, defendant will defend himself to the fullest extent the law allows. That will include filing a full answer and counterclaim, asserting claims against additional participants in the coordinated ecosystem, joining as appropriate at least 10 additional parties, including but not limited to Martha Risk, Megan Fox, That Umbrella Guy, Shizzy Wisnuts, Jay Hipster, Sarah Michelle Wolf, Mark Mr. Coop Cooper, John Grenz, and other
his name is Jim.
Whatever the hell his name is, who cares? And one very well-known federal judge once remarked to me, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Federal practice applies equally. And I had a judge say that to me, actually. And that's a Florida judge, actually, a very, very good Florida federal court judge. He said, Mr. Luthmann, we have a rule here. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I said, Judge, I like that rule. That's a rule that I like. I'm not going to come here. I'm not going to do something just for me. I want what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I said, I have another rule. I was like, yeah, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And they started laughing. So that's how it was. But I asked Shockett there, will you respond to good faith meet and confer request pursuant to local rule 7.1? Silence will be known. This is the silence. The fact is, these guys are crickets. I asked this guy to meet and confer with me on the trial by combat. I asked this guy to meet and confer with me on other motions. I asked him about this. You asked him about this, Lisa. They don't want to talk. They're tough guys. All they want to do is sit behind the keyboard and have Randy Shockett file things for them so that then they can get behind their keyboards and do, broadcasts. So they can create media. They can have fodder to fill the hours of crap that they do so they can ask for breadsticks. That's what they do. That's what their life it amounts to. That's all they can do. They don't have anything that's fun or interesting to talk about. It's a shame. It really is a shame. And so there's this, there we go. He talks about his wife and everything else. And so I did get a little salty. And you know me, I get salty sometimes. If you go down a little bit, this is how I replied to him. I said, read that. This one's a good one. Thanks, Mr. Shizzy. Give your wife my regards. Better yet, give her one of these. I heard there ain't any in your garden. Must have practiced it. So, I get salty every once in a while. It is what it is. So that's how this guy rolls. He put all this crap in here. It's And so the judge is going to see all this. And so at the
Yeah.
end of the day, here's the point. This is what you call like a free play. Robbie knows what a free play is in football. When you get the guy jumps off sides,
Yep.
you throw it down the field, you try to score a touchdown, or you try to get a long pass play because you know you're going to get the play back. This is a free play because what's going to happen is the judge is going to get this. The judge is going to read this, and the judge is going to know everything that we're trying to convey. And the judge may turn around and say, no, we're not going to take judicial notice at this time. But the judge has already read all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like they're not going to. The judge is not going to notice. The judicial notice is a technical term, but the judge is going to notice. That's the whole thing. So that's where we are. We're in a good spot with everything here, and that goes back to the original
7.1.
the original notice. So that's everything that's there. That's really the motion or the response. But what it does is it supported your application for the request for judicial notice. And when you file something in federal court, it's 14 days. So what Jeremy Shockett's lawyer did, what Jeremy Hales' lawyer did, Randy Shockett did, is Randy Shockett responded to your request for judicial notice, your motion basically, within 3 days. He like a day later, right?
Yeah.
I heard. At least, and like 2 or 3 days later, he's like, "This is bullshit. You didn't do this. You didn't do that." But the 14-day clock didn't run. The court couldn't make a ruling on it because there were other parties that possibly could have joined the motion. And I showed everybody, look, I threw mine in on day 13 or day 14, and it hit the docket. And guess what? Those guys are shit out of luck at this point because they already put in their application, or they put in their opposition to your application. And if they run to the court and try to say we need to respond to Luthmann, they got bookended. They're like, no, you already made your response. We've heard you already. What else are you going to say? You could have waited. That's so they made a strategic tactical error there. Look, it's 50-50 in my mind whether the judge actually takes judicial notice or not, but it's 100% that the judge that we put these issues in front of the judge at this point.
That he's going to read them. Yeah.
The judge is going to know. The judge is going to be like, what the? And I think that at this point, Bolitho, at least, if it were me, I'd be looking at those links and saying, what are these people saying about me? It just is a matter of being a human being. If you write about somebody, if you talk about somebody, if you broadcast about somebody, you want to know what's said. So I think I
trying to
watch
have him removed.
some of these streams. I know for a fact he's probably watched or read Volpe's my article, some of the media coverage because that's out there. And so this thing is like it's no doubt a media circus. Like some of the cases that I cover, they become media circus, and I hear from people inside the courthouses in Florida federal court. Look, everybody's talking about this case. This is what we talk about. At the water cooler at lunch, we talk about these cases, but not just in federal court, and in law firms too, and some of the big law firms. Some of these cases get talked about because they become entertaining cases. How many insurance subrogation cases can really are that much fun? It's like this stuff gets juicy. That's what people talk about. And Bruce says it a lot. He says, "Look, what's a better made drama than litigation? Litigation is made to be high drama. That's it's a controlled drama setting. A courtroom drama. You talk about a courtroom drama. You go to the courtroom and it's a dramatic thing. That's how many movies are based on court proceedings. My Cousin Vinny. Time to Kill. Look at all these things. And as the shows like Matlock and Perry Mason and everything else, it's high drama. L.A. Law. Suits. Courts are dramatic places, and the court's the dramatic place. Jeremy Hales is taking the pixie dust out of the court and trying to pour it on himself and trying to fly. The problem is he's going to crash and burn. He took a couple of wing flights up. He's up in the middle of the air thinking he's flying right now. He's going to hit the concrete, at full speed. It's not going to be a fun thing. So
what about if there's another judicial notice that pops up?
Well, at this point, let's see what the court does, in the sense that the court's probably going to rule on this pretty quick. If they don't, look, I would wait I'd give them till the end of the month. I gave you, remember I said April 15th, tax day? Yeah. That was my over-under.
Yeah.
right? On when the court's going to rule and basically put things out there.
Right.
If it were me, I'd even wait till April 15th, because that gives the judge over 45 days to kind of figure out what they want to do with this thing.
Right.
And because they already did the R&R, and then there's other stuff trickling on the docket. And
But what if you wait till he comes and does the order? Then I don't think they'll take judicial notice after the order's out.
well, then
Right.
put it in April 1st. I don't think they're going to put it in before that. You think that it's going to happen any day? That's not the way these courts work. You thought it was going to happen any day for a year. You know? But really, it's true, right? I mean,
Yeah.
justice is expensive and justice is slow. Those are two constants. It's expensive and slow. So it is
I
what it
just
is.
want to make sure it's there before he does an order, because if once he does the order, he's not going to
No,
take
because
judicial.
the court always retains jurisdiction for sanctions purposes and for other stuff. And Helm is still going to be in there. And you could lodge your own motion for sanctions against him. And and I'm probably going to do that too eventually, if it's even just for the purpose of my mailing and everything else. I've kept all the receipts for my mailings to the court.
Same here.
And so I might tell the judge, like, here's $200 worth of mailings and copy fees and all this other stuff. But I just
Right.
want Jeremy Hales to send me a certified check for $69. I might tell him, I want $69. That's it. And I
And
get a check.
what about your time? Like, just because you're not a lawyer, what about your time and having
You
to
don't get your
research all
time.
this
Only
stuff?
lawyers can get fees, but you don't get your time back. But I would take $69 from a check from Jeremy Hales, signed by
Just
Jeremy
cause.
Hales, signed by Shaka, and I would put it in a frame and I'd put it behind me. And I'd be looking at it, like, oh, there's that little frame. Like, same way I have the alligator thing, the alligator lover, the Jeremy thing on my
Right.
background. So
Right.
that's how I roll. You know how I roll.
Yeah. 420. Yeah. Right, Miss Lori. No, but I definitely want to do that because he's still stalking me. You know what I mean? Like, there's proof of
He's
him
not going to
stalking
stop.
me.
He is what's called a vexatious litigator.
Yeah.
So he's not going to stop there. But then you could take this and you could say that he's crossed the threshold from legitimate media inquiry, legitimate media, issues into stalking, into
Right.
harassment and stalking. He's crossing the line where it's not speech anymore, but it's conduct. His actions are turning into conduct. And
Yeah.
once he goes into conduct is something that is criminally prosecutable. Conduct is something that becomes definitely civilly actionable.
He's actually been doing it for a while, but this just further proved it. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
he does it
Meg-
once, he might get away with it. He does it twice. He does it 5 times, he might get away with it. He's been doing it continuously and systematically over a period of time. He's a stalker. He's
Yeah.
become your stalker. So that's like if this were in another situation, you tried to tell the story of who Jeremy Hales is to somebody who doesn't know the story, and you take the broadcast angle out of this, you take the YouTube channels out of it, the man is a stalker. Well, this would be a Lifetime movie network movie about the stalker. That's what this would be. Take the YouTube angle out of it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, he fits the bill for cyber stalking, for aggravated stalking, aggravated harassment, a lot of these things there.
Intimidation.
Also, in my opinion, Robbie could back me up on this, I think he fits the bill for the bestiality statute in Florida because he's a crocodile copulator.
I agree. I agree.
There are so many beautiful animals in the state of Florida, and what Jeremy Hales does to those beautiful, beautiful animals is just a shame. But I did my video, Robbie, the other day. But I think that it might not be Jeremy Hales, but he might be copulating, but he might be on the receiving end. Is what I'm hearing. Some of my research is showing me that
Well, he found something in Green, Ohio that he's copulating.
He's in Ohio.
Yeah, in Green, Ohio. He on his little short trip back to Ohio for this weekend of, this court day, Thursday or whatever it was, between Thursday and him returning back to Florida because he is back in Florida. He made a stop off of Green, Ohio, and that's where his
Are there any zoos in Green, Ohio?
Without question, there in zoos. Yeah, that man is a zookeeper. If there ever was one, holy cow!
Yeah.
Keep the pets safe. You know, that's what happens. Remember, Ohio was the place with Trump. Remember during the debate, they said they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets.
Yeah,
Oh,
The pets
yeah.
are disappearing.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It might have been Jeremy in Ohio that was making the pets disappear.
Oh my God.
It wasn't the Haitians. It was actually Jeremy. You
And
know,
he
that
wasn't
might
eating them, he was copulating them.
we might have solved the big problem of where the dogs and the pets went. They said even the geese started disappearing. Even the geese. Maybe Jeremy was doing something with the geese. I think that we may have solved the problem for Ohio law enforcement at this point. I think so. That's what he's doing up there. Jeremy's boinking the dogs. He's boinking the cats. He's boinking the pets. That's what he does. He's boinking the geese. I don't even know how you do that to a geese or a goose. I don't know how you do that, but he's boinking the geese. That's what he does. He's a geese boinker, a goose boinker. Goose boinker. Hello, my name is Jerem Goose Boinker. I like that. Jerem is the type of person to be rejected from Epstein's Island. He would be. He would be. God.
Yeah, that's pretty serious, actually. Hey, Todd, how you doing?
That's a sad thing he does, though, right? I get so sad. I watch him what he does in his show and his shtick. A couple weeks ago, he had a little kid on. He was basically trying to bring it on as a prop. This week, he
That's his employee, Deanna West's grandchild, where he put them on George's lap and literally started mocking people with the child sitting there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a very sad thing that he does because what he
Deanna
has an audience,
grandchild,
his audience demographic,
he's stalking them.
his audience demographic is 45 and older, right? And you have a lot of very nice people, but people who are lonely and shut in. And a lot of what they do is they watch YouTube to keep themselves, they feel like they're engaged. And it's a social thing, too, because it's not just watching television. Years ago, when people would shut in and they only watch television, but there's a bit of a community with YouTube. Like your channel builds a community. You could talk to people. You feel like you know somebody, what's going on with their life. You talk to others. And you got a lot of people that he's targeting that fit into that demographic. And because of his skills that he developed in ministry and divinity, that he's basically twisted those tools into try to create what I call a cult-like situation. So he has these people that are 45 and older. Many are senior citizens. And in my opinion, it's an elder abuse scheme where he gets them to send money. That's what he does. It's money. I need money. Send me money. I need money. That's what he does. It's out of control.
And he sits there and says he's out of pocket $400 and something thousand, over almost $500,000. He says he's out of pocket.
I guarantee you he's out of pocket. I guarantee he's kept every penny that he's paid Randy Shockett down, but he's not out of money. He's probably had people, the idiots that send the money pay for it. His net.
He's got cash.
His gross is $400,000. What's his net? I want to know the net. It's not about the gross. It's about the net. Jeremy, tell us the net. Don't tell us the gross. Tell us the net. Guess what? We're not gonna even have to worry. We're gonna find it out, Jeremy. I sincerely hope that Judge Hinkle keeps me in this lawsuit, and Bolito keep me in this lawsuit, so that I can sue him, and I can get my discovery. I want discovery. I want to go to discovery, because if I go to discovery, they thought it was Palamat before. I showed you what I was going to do. I told them what I was going to do. I'm going to bring in 10 additional counterclaim defendants. I'm bringing in 10 more people to the lawsuit in the Hales ecosystem. He brought the anti-Hales in. The anti-Hales will be out. It'll be Rich Luthmann versus the rest of them, and I'll have a feud then. I will have a ball. I will have so much fun with them. Because what do I care? I'm going to ask the discovery all day long. I will have so much discovery. It'll be beautiful. It'll just, come on. And their big claim, what's their big claim? They say that they've left with me. What's the claim, Robbie? They said that I was engaged in, revenge porn.
Right.
Yes.
Robbie, did you see me do any revenge porn ever?
Wouldn't you have had to be in a relationship with Jeremy or her?
Right.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I might have done a warm jar of yogurt on his back once or twice. That's about it.
You putting yogurt on his back, that I guess that could be considered revenge porn.
To each his own. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, but the question becomes, the line between satire and this. It's like it was clearly a satire video. It's clearly,
Right. Yep.
it's
Yeah.
like, what can they do? What can they say? And the fact is that let's go with that. I don't mind litigating. These people don't understand. Like, I used to do this for a living. I don't give a shit. I eat people. I eat pieces of shit like that for breakfast. Yeah, I eat pieces of shit.
You eat shit for breakfast? Oh
Pieces
my
of shit
God.
So I had no problem. I had no problem with these people. It's like, what are they going to do? They're going to like, where are we going? Let's go. I'm not fearful of Randy Shocking because he's not a good lawyer. And the other one is,
Robbie.
oh, there you go. I heard that
Good
he
job.
doesn't face the Robbie was even actually married.
Yeah. Okay. All
So-
right. 30 years, buddy.
Yeah. These people.
Yeah, I'm not married either. Apparently, I'm divorced.
Oh, the other part about it is the Facebook page, the what the hell's, the anti what the hell's, they're all pissy
Yeah.
that we have that other page, the anti slapwatch. They hate
Oh,
that page.
that's okay.
I go onto that page and there's like also every day I get I get notices from that page. It says, "Oh, we've restored your content. We found no
Right.
violation." It's like what? I'm like every time something goes up, they report it as a community standards violation.
Right.
I'm like you could put up a picture of a kitten and a puppy dog, and they're going to report it as some kind of violation on Facebook. And it's just out of control. It's so sad. It's such a sad and sorry thing. Really,
I have tons of them talking about reporting my channel. Like, doesn't even matter what's on there; they're reporting it, whatever. It's like, okay, well, go ahead, because I'm just going to send this right over to them. I have you saying all of it.
Well, it's kind of like I've become immune to the Jeremy Hales stuff and to a lot of it. They actually helped me a lot because they restored my channel at a certain point.
Right.
But now I have the Luthmann News. I'm building that up as a Luthmann News channel, Florida-based totally. But when they give the mass reports, they don't do that. And because I'm a Florida journalist, I have the protections of Florida law, which are still being litigated to a certain extent. The deplatforming law in Florida, which is a very powerful law.
Right. Robbie, didn't Robbie bring that up before?
Yeah.
He said it differently, but
Yeah.
what's that law called?
The deplatforming law. So you can't deplatform people. It's
Is there a number? Is there a number to it or something? I forget. Sorry, but he brought it up before. He brought it up before.
But it's like but he's helped me out in the sense that I've honed in with them and I've sent stuff to people over there, and they don't understand that I'm actually pretty damn good at trying to reach people, especially people in legal departments, and hitting them with like paperwork. And the second they see that shit, they're like, we don't want to deal with this fucking guy, And
yeah.
So
I would say so because I saw what you sent to YouTube, and you had like an immediate response.
I know. Yeah.
Like there's a girl named Liz Crokin that goes along with like a lot of the Fall of the Cabal stuff for years ago, and she was deplatformed like 5 or 6 years ago, and because of this law, she just got her YouTube channel back, right?
Yeah.
And here it is, like, how long did you lose yours for? And boom, your letter, it was like bam, I mean, it was done, and you were right back up there, and not just one channel too, right?
Yeah, and it's like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, okay, I get it now, and I do that, And me, at the end of the day, what am I? At the end of the day, I'm a writer, right? That's what I do. I'm a writer. I'm a strategist. I'm a consultant, And I'm doing more and more video where I'm talking to people. But at the end of the day, most of the video, you see most of the video I do, right? I do journals, do the shorts.
Yeah.
They're like a minute 30. That's like that's the attention span I have to do video. I'm not going to sit here and talk about myself all day. I don't mind talking about it. I will do it all day. And I don't mind doing a show now and then, but I'm not one of these people that's going to be a video person like you are, Lisa. You do this, a lot of nights, you spend a lot of time doing it, and it's great entertainment. I love it, and I'm not a guy that's going to do that ever. I'm a guy that would do, me and Volpe, like a half hour, 45 minutes. We're like, especially
it's exhausting, I'll tell you.
together, like I could deal with it for about 45 minutes before he says, I'm like, So we went over the
every day, believe it or not. Every day, with these people, believe it or not, with the freaking tree of hells, there's always something.
Oh,
There's
I get
always
it.
something. And I just wanted to like I can't wait for this to stop so that like I'm still like I keep mentioning I'm going to be bringing in other cases and stuff, but there's trials that are getting ready to start right about now, so it should get more interesting. I'm just over this Hales bullshit. It's repetitive,
Thank you,
same
Patty.
stuff, different people maybe, but it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
But you still got to get in there. Like today, he's trashing Tina Haley, the neighbor. I know Tina pretty well, and this is just ridiculous. So it's like, they talk about how Tina lied about a cactus. Well, that's kind of funny because if I go back to Jeremy's he talks about the cactus. He says it's a cactus, not a finger. He says it's a cactus. Jeremy Hales is the one that went in there and made it look like a finger. Rich, you may not even know what I'm talking about, but this is like from like years ago with this stupid uh, pole, like a telephone pole or something. What was it, a fence post? It was a fence post.
I don't
Uh,
remember what it
And
was.
they carved it into Tina's husband carved it into a cactus, I guess. And Jeremy went in and made it look like a middle finger, and then had Travis, their in-laws, turn it around and face their house. It's just a stupid story, but he brought it up in court. And now he's trying to say Tina lied about it. And meanwhile, I just pulled up about 5 different videos of him calling it a cactus himself. So I'm like, you're a freaking liar, dude. Lies about the stupidest shit, but he's trying to bring it in court. And that's where it has to come up and be proven that he's just lying. He's
Yeah.
just full of shit. These little stupid things, they all add up. And every day, it's something new. Repetitive, but new or new people. Same shit.
So I'm going to plug what I just did in court. I just filed a lawsuit in court yesterday in the Fort Myers division, and it's a FOIA case because I'm a journalist. One of the big things that journalists do is Freedom of Information Act,
Right?
And this is a case. You'll hear more about this from me if you watch my channel or if you read my Substack. I'm going to be writing about this. I've written about it before, but Lisa, you'll appreciate this. This is a cold case murder from 1997. A low-level hood named Richard Ortiz is found murdered under a bridge in Yonkers. Okay.
Right?
And back then, there was a bunch of suspects. This guy Carmine Francomano, another guy Johnny Tortora, a bunch of other people, this and that. And a little-known prosecutor up there at the time. I don't know if any of you heard of her. Her name is Judge Janine Pirro. She's the
Yes.
DC U.S. attorney. She looks at the case and she says, I can't fucking find anybody here to pin this case on because everybody's like, a suspect. And everybody's like, even the people who are my witnesses are suspects. And so I don't know who killed this guy. Judge Janine Pirro says that. And so Frank Amano was pointing the finger at Tortora, and Tortora, knew what was going on. And Tortora says, look, Frank Amano's family is running a after-hours speakeasy with and running Joker Pokers. You remember the Joker Poker back up in New York where they would run the Joker Poker?
Yeah.
So that's how they would do it. All the boys would do up with the Joker Poker. The boys, I mean, is these guys. They would do the Joker Poker, and they would run it like a real, casino. You guys, everybody knows what Joker Poker is, right? Joker Poker is like the old, it's like a video game, but it's like poker.
Yeah.
Right.
You play it for real up there, and so you would get paid out, this and that. Yeah. But they used to make that as a predicate for illegal gambling, as a RICO predicate, that type of stuff. So the Joker Pokers became a problem for the boys. And so this guy Frank Amano had the Joker Pokers running. He had the after-hours speakeasy, no liquor license, but they would go in there. It was like a basically place that they would do their thing, basically a casino. And they got ratted on that the casino was there. Somebody was cooperating with the feds. And that guy was Ortiz. Ortiz dropped the dime on it. And the reason why Ortiz got killed, in the theory at this point, is because Frank Amano and his family had him killed. So they turned around, and Frank Amano, who's a rat, tries to drop information to the feds that it was Tortora. who was doing it. Totoro's a good guy from Yonkers. Totoro owns a pawnbroker, and he's a good guy over there. And nothing comes of it in 1998. But the guy who was running it in 1998 was the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney. Do you know what his name is?
No.
James B. Comey.
No way.
So this Irish prick. Excuse my friend. This Irish prick he's from Yonkers originally. This Irish prick had a hard on for Johnny Totoro and wanted to pin this case on Johnny Totoro back in 1998. In fact, he signed a criminal complaint and he put Johnny Totoro in MDC, and he held him in MDC back in 1998 for 90 days, 120 days on a criminal complaint for allegedly $1,000 worth of stolen goods. That's the kind of fucking hard on this guy had for Johnny Totoro. Well, everything's all well and good. It's over. The case is closed. It's a cold case. What happened? 2015 happens. Who becomes the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation in 2015?
Who? I don't remember.
J.P. Comey.
Oh.
And so all of a sudden, as if like magic, some drunken Irish bastard named Geis, right? And he's a cop. He's a drunken Irish bastard. We have people that say he would go to the bar during the day in Yonkers and fall asleep at the bar. His head passed out on the bar from being drunk in the middle of the day. And he's on the cold case unit for the Yonkers Police Department. And so this fucking guys, all of a sudden has like an epiphany in 2015 that, I have to go after this old Richard Ortiz murder from Yonkers in 1997. Well, what it was a pretext. It was Comey having a vanity case, having a hard-on for the Italians up in Yonkers. And he gets guys in the Yonkers Police Department to initiate the cold case, right?
Right.
What happens? The feds come right in. He sent the FBI in to do fucking surveillance like you wouldn't believe to try to pin this case on Johnny Totoro, right? What do they do? God. They turn it into, they start in 2015, they build a case, they turn this thing into Goodfellas. They spent millions of dollars. I have pictures. I did an article already. I have pictures of them on a fucking helicopter. They did a helicopter. Remember Goodfellas with the helicopter?
Yeah.
They did a helicopter over this guy's place in Yonkers, like to make it look like he's this, that, and the other thing. Well,
oh my God.
Finally, they come in and raid his place. He's got a pawn shop, and they raid his place, and then they
have a bunch of silencers.
There's no silence. And he's
like 16 years later.
So wait, he got that. Well, this is Comey. He's an Irish prick that's got a hard on, a very small hard, like a 1-inch hard on, but that's what he's got. He's an old Irish prick. Anyway, This is what they do. They go in there and they take him, and they take him away to MDC in Brooklyn, and he's sitting in MDC in Brooklyn, and they charge him with the murder of Ortiz and everything else. They're investigating. Finally, they get a cop that comes in from the New Rochelle Police Department, or the Yonkers, one of these places up there. They're like, yeah, Johnny Totoro didn't kill this guy. And so the case falls apart. The murder case falls apart because law enforcement was like, other people were like, no, this is bullshit. This guy didn't do it. We know who did it. We like this guy. We like this guy. We don't like this guy at all. Totoro.
Right.
He still stayed in jail. He was in jail for a couple of years when that happened. They got him for obstruction of justice, right? Because they can't make it so that they arrested him for no reason.
Right.
The scumbag judge that he has, right, puts the murder of Richard Ortiz as relevant conduct in his sentencing, gives him another couple of years. He does 4 years for something he didn't do in defense because James is a total fucking asshole. So back to what I said before, I filed the case. It's a FOIA case, and it's in the Middle District of Florida because that's where I am as the journalist covering the case. I'm bringing against the United States Department of Justice to get the files on the case, to get everything else. They've been stonewalling me at the FBI and the Department of Justice. So I filed that case. You're going to hear a lot. This could take out James Comey in a way that they were unable to do before. They would try to get Comey before, but this is one that really could show Comey to be the scumbag that he truly is. So that was filed. Just stay tuned for that. I'll tell a little bit of that story now. That's the story to begin with.
That's going to be interesting.
to tell everybody. That's one of the things I'm working on. This thing can probably turn into a book. I'm probably going to write a book about this one once I'm fully done with this one. But it's a pretty good one, I think. I think it's a good story, right? A cold case becomes a vendetta by Colby.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Lisa?
I think
I like it. I love these mafia type stories, but I love cold cases too. So, and I know that this Colby guy is no good, so I definitely want to hear more about it.
He's a total scumbag.
Yeah,
Total scumbag. Yeah, you know the type. You're from New York. You know the old Irish pricks. They're fucking
yeah.
scumbags. Holy shit. But you live because Lisa's Italian. She knows how it is. Like you go to church and it's the Irish and the Italians. Maybe a few Polacks thrown in there, but it's always the friggin' Irish and the Italians. And Irish are like the whole even now motherfuckers. They're like, I'm part Irish too. I get it. I understand how it is. But it's like But
I
some
got
of
Irish
these
too.
are like, oh my god, you can't believe that. It's like their shit don't stink. It's like holy cow. And Colby like takes it to the next fucking level. It's out of fucking control with this guy.
When you're talking about these guys, these type of guys, this is how they talk. This is like the way they are. We're not talking about every Italian, every Irish guy. We're talking about these groups of family type people. Yeah.
New York people, really. It's New York people. That's what it is.
Yeah. So don't anybody take offense to that. It's not in general.
No, it's not in general, not at all.
Yeah.
Irish people are the best people in the world. I'm part Irish. I love Ireland. I go to fucking Ireland. I love it there. You fucking kidding me? I have my grandmother that's 25% Irish. I'm 25%. I can get an Irish passport if I needed to. But the problem is that there's people that are just fucking Irish pricks. That's what you call them, The other people are giddy bastards. That's what you call them too. That's what they are. When you're from New York, you do that. There's a difference. This is what it comes down to. So,
Right.
So that's the story one of the stories I'm working on now. And then I have another story I'm working on where I just had a guy who got convicted on 18 counts, felony counts of cyberstalking, Paul Moyne, family court circus. So I've been working on that. It is what it is. So,
Somebody must have reported my post where I say Deanna, tisk tisk. Because I just got a notice from YouTube that says, "Great news! We've determined that your video is suitable for all advertisers." It's not even a video, so somebody must have reported the post.
No, I get that too. Your videos are suitable for all audiences. They try to do 18 and under now because of the new stuff. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. People are so stupid. Get a life, you freaking people.
What's wrong, Diana? Do you not realize that I found out that you're the one stalking me for Jeremy Hales? You don't want anybody to know about it. Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
Too late.
I'm trying to figure out now who do I put on my list of the counterclaim defense. So I'm hoping that.
Oh, I got the list.
I'm hoping that the Judge Hinkle keeps me in this case, and it's Luthmann or it's Hales versus Luthmann. That's what I want. I want it to be Hales versus Luthmann. I want so much fun. It'd be so much fun. And then Hales already paid the $405 to file the case, so I get to sue everybody for free. I look at like a freebie. It's going to be a great thing. I'm going to get all these people served and everything else. I like Megan. I know where she lives. It's going to be so beautiful.
Yeah, apparently I doxed her address and her kids and all this crazy crap. I'm like, no, I didn't.
No.
She's using that as the excuse to be talking about a 19-year-old right now. So that doesn't work. Sorry. How does the news report about an Irish wedding start? Among the injured were...
That's true. It's very true. Very true.
Oh, man. Wow. So, yeah, no, I definitely want to hear more about that. That's awesome.
That's one of the stories I got. And then tomorrow, guess who I'm going to be with tomorrow?
Volpe?
God knows it. Actually, today, it's 12:25. It's after midnight. I'm going to be in Lauderdale, and we have the Italian American Civil Rights League. I'm a member of the Italian American Civil Rights League.
Uh-huh.
And it started years ago in New York. That was the Joe Colombo's organization.
Okay.
But it was reorganized lately by a guy named Mike Crispy up in New York and another guy named Roger Stone. You ever heard of Roger Stone?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so Roger is, his mother's Sicilian, and so he's actually going to be honored, and there's going to be a new Florida chapter of the Italian American Civil Rights League, and so I'm going to go be seeing him tomorrow, and he's going to be honored. I'm going to go there, and he's going to be honored. They're starting the new chapter, and he's going to receive an award for being, just an excellent human being and a great American, an American hero, an American treasure. So I'm going to go see him tomorrow. And I'm going to be up in Lauderdale for tomorrow, the next couple of days. It'll be nice. But Lauderdale's good. I like Lauderdale.
Cool. I like Lauderdale too.
East Coast can get crazy. And I really usually avoid the East Coast during the season, only because it's nuts. But I'll go over once in a while. Like I have friends that come down from New York because I can't go to New York anymore. They got me blocked out of there. But I'll go to the East Coast, then I'll go see people from New York when they come down. I'll go to Delray. I'll go to Boca. I'll go to Lauderdale.
I like Boca. I like Lauderdale.
All over the place in Miami. But it's like I can't go north of the friggin' Florida-Georgia line. They got an arrest on site order for me in New York City. They got an arrest on site order. So because the DA up there don't like me, but I got stuff that I keep on doing. That's another thing I'm doing is Kathy Hochul. Kathy Hochul, the New York governor.
I do now.
She's the governor of New York. I got her. She was banging the Democratic Party leader in Tonawanda, which is right in Buffalo in Erie County, banging him when she was in the clerk's office before she became a congresswoman, before she became the lieutenant governor, and before she became the governor. And she's running for governor now again in New York, and it's getting very bad because we have Kami Mandami up in New York, and I got the whole story about her banging the other guy. So she's like another Kamala Harris. You know how they bang their way to the ladder. She's banging her way up the ladder. So I got a story on that. Plus I got a big whistleblower story up there. That's another story I got going on too.
Sweet. Rob, you guys got this for a sec? I got to the ladies' room.
Yeah, no, I can go to bed.
Well, you going to bed, Robbie? Come on.
Dude, it's after midnight.
Yeah, it's true. You turned into a... That's right. After me. Never let it all hang out.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, we got a lot going on now. I don't know. The best part is they don't read my pleadings on Shizzy Wiznuts and on Tug and on Megan. I've never wondered why they don't read my pleadings. I always wonder about it. I wonder, how come they have all these other pleadings? They need content. They had no really good content the last couple of days, and so they have my pleading now, but they're never going to read my pleading. Why wouldn't they do that?
Won't read yours because you're going to come back.
Because I'm not part of the ecosystem. They are proving my point by not reading my stuff. You understand? So now they're going to catch 22. I'm telling them now. Listen, idiots. I put stuff out there. I made the allegation that you're cultivating content from a controlled ecosystem. Right? Something that is...
It's so funny. They call it an ecosystem, yet everyone who's talking about this is being the ones being sued. That's not an ecosystem. You built the ecosystem.
Well, it is it's an organized
defendant.
No, it's it's a defend. What is it called? What do they call Polymock, right?
Yeah.
Plaintiff, organized litigation, media, orchestration, protocol. Those are the terms that we're talking about here. So this is the media orchestration protocol. And so what we have with the media orchestration protocol is what they're doing, because they are not orchestrating my filing, which is the docket today. Because if they were reporting as genuine reporters about the news of the day, they would be reporting about Luthmann. But they're not going to report about me because it is a media orchestrated protocol, and Luthmann don't fit in that protocol.
There you go.
It's a hell of a club, Robbie, and you ain't in it, and neither am I.
Yeah, right. Damn.
But that becomes their situation, because I've called them out to say, You're not doing reporting. You're not doing this. You're part of a clique. You're part of a club. You're part of this, that. You're part of a gang at the end of the day. And, you have a right. It's free speech. Your free speech rights are very important. And I'm not going to piss on anybody's free speech rights. But at a certain point, you cross that threshold, and they've done it, I think, in my opinion. So it is what it is. What's going on with you, Robbie?
None. I'm just tired, dude. I've been up going since 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7. That's late. I get up at like 5:30. Come on.
Fuck that.
Y'all don't want to know what time I woke up today.
Is this the whiny? Is this the
don't, because
whiny part of the show?
There.
I called Lisa. I said, all right, I'll let Lisa sleep in. Called her at 11. Still no answer.
Yeah. What time did I finally talk to you?
Oh God, what was it like?
3:30.
3:30.
Yeah. No, I woke up. I was up all crazy.
I can't physically sleep for more than about 7 or 8 hours if I tried.
Richard,
if I
Oh,
want
I
to
didn't. I couldn't sleep last night because Gabe fell asleep. It was still light out yesterday. He had ate and he crashed, and so he slept for a good 4 or 5 hours, and he was up. So I ended up being up. I ended up being up doing things, taking a shower at like 4 in the morning. So I finally fell asleep maybe 6. So I woke up at 1:30.
Really?
Crashed. It got really quiet in my house, and I ended up crashing around 1:30. Good night, Magnet. Big C.
Yeah, my wife gets up at 4, goes to the gym, comes home, and then gets ready for work.
Yeah, I was up crazy hours last night. So I slept till 1:30.
Richard, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I frequently watch J-Hip, and he.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, just
Look,
kind
I frequently shove a glass rod up my urethra and then hit it with a hammer. That's like it's the same friggin'. It's the equivalent. Why would you do that?
just trying to gather information is kind of what I do.
Well, information, but you're doing intelligence, right? You're trying to do intelligence work. In order to do intelligence work, you got to go to somebody who has intelligence.
No, damn.
Right?
He's got a point there.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
All right, well, wait. Let me say goodnight to everybody.
Oh fuck. Never mind. Good night,
No,
Robbie.
tell them. Good night, everybody. God bless, prayers, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.
5:30.
Bye-bye, 5:30. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.
What was your question, Tammy?
He frequently makes suggestive ideas, or that he is in talk with Prison B. Do you know what I'm referring to? Somebody that was in prison with you, and he suggests that you just keep taking it and taking it and taking it. He claims to have talked with someone.
Good. What did he say?
He just calls him Prison B.
Yeah,
and he just keeps.
That's all bullshit.
Well, I know it is. I know Jay. He's
Bullshit artist.
he thinks he's funny, and sometimes he is, and sometimes it's just downright dumb, and that's. But I just wanted you to address it because he's listening right now.
Oh yeah. He lives off my contact.
He's got the big friggin' donkey ears, so maybe he hears everything, right?
Tomorrow morning, he will be reporting on everything that was said tonight.
I'm going to tell you what my statement on J-Hip. I'm very, very sorry that J-Hip had to tell me that he didn't want to talk to me ever again. And I missed him for about a third of a second, as I've said before. And so, it's a sad thing for him because I'm much more interesting in my pinky toe than he'll ever be in his entire life. And, he's just a very, very sad individual. And so, he gets his jollies from looking at this stuff, and and then he has to put a show together and say things. So let him say what he wants. I really
That whole email. that whole email thread, like it was all like legit, the legal stuff, whatever. And all of a sudden, Jay had to come in and throw his little media bullshit in there. And then, of course, Shizzy couldn't let him be the rock star, so Shizzy had to go and put his in there, and it turned it into like an email circus. That's why I removed him. Jay has
I'll
to
tell
be
you, I'll
part of
tell
it.
you what about Jay Hip. Volpe blocked him like 6 months ago.
Uh huh.
And I've been in a fight with Volpe because every time Jay Hip would email, I would respond to him, just tell him he's a dumbass.
Uh
And he's
huh.
like, "Why do you give him oxygen? Why do you give him oxygen? Why do you give him oxygen?" And then I told him, I'm like, Mike, he told me that he doesn't want to talk to me ever again. He's like, good. You won't respond to him now. So I'm like, that's how Mike is with that. So I think he did me a favor because he actually made Mike Volpe a lot happier. He made Mike Volpe a happy person, Jay Hip did, because now I don't respond to him anymore. I got him blocked too. So I really don't care what he has to say.
I
If
got
I choose
blocked as
to bring
well.
him in, I think I'm gonna. If this goes to the next phase in the lawsuit, I think you guys are gonna get out. If I stay in and I gotta answer a counterclaim, fuck, I'm bringing him in as a defendant, as a counterclaim
Right.
defendant. I'm bringing him a party. Well, who cares? And you know what? I'm going to tell him, listen, Jay, I'm doing you a favor. I'm giving you content. I'm suing the shit out of you, and I'm going to give you content. You can talk every day. You can talk about me. So
Right.
it is what it is with the guy. I could care less about him. Well, it is what it
And
is.
then where did they come up with paint chips?
They said I was so stupid that I must have eaten lead paint chips as a child, because I said that
Oh,
because Megan Fox is a racist and she's an anti-Semite, and I did that in one of my articles, and she talked about that, and paint chips is a real thing with with a lot of urban black children, and this, Lisa, from New York, the New York City
Yeah.
Housing Authority, they had lead
Yeah.
paint everywhere else, and
yeah.
Yeah.
she said she had a story about like survival of the fittest and Darwin, and that they should die. And she basically said little black children should die from lead paint chips. And so I said that was wrong. She's a very bad person. And then after that, she came up with paint chips. She called me paint chips, and then Jeremy called me paint chips. Actually, let me get the article. I'll present it. Let me see if I can find it. I'll present the article and show everybody really where paint chips came from. Is from an article about how Megan Fox is a racist. And that's really where we're coming from here. It's really a
I'm
Isn't
just
it
sad
trying to
amazing
thing.
how
figure
she
out
does
how
anything to protect children?
they got all these nicknames for everybody because some of them are like, what the?
Yeah. I think it's amazing how she acts like she cares about children but doesn't protect them at all.
No, she's a sick woman, very sick woman.
She's just money hungry, and she feels like her channel is, if she, as long as she's talking about hell, she's making money. Well, that money, don't get used to it, honey. You're gonna end up losing it.
Could be it. Let's see. We got this one. Well, that's the tricks. That's a good one though. Let me see if I can find the story.
Crazy. I'm gonna have to leave that word for the giveaway for tomorrow, or actually, what, Thursday. I guess we're not gonna do a giveaway tonight.
Oh, I think the word was eugenics, right? I declared that she was a supporter of eugenics. Let me look for eugenics.
Yeah, she definitely put herself in a position last night. That's for damn sure. All for Hales.
Let's see what we got here. I gotta find this
All for
stuff.
Hales.
Well, I'll show you my favorite. Want me to show you one of my favorite Jeremy Hales pictures? Actually, I can show you that.
Oh my god. Am I gonna have to edit this video?
No, it's totally it's totally a good video. Let's see.
Good night, Ernie.
Let's see. There it is.
Oh, That's not the article, though, right?
I'll get to the article, but you can show this one. This one is part of it.
Oh, they start to switch. Oh, they switch. He's laughing now. I'm concerned.
Oh, I gotta go back to the Jeremy Hales thing, right? Or is it Jeremy Hales? Oh, this is the one. Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah, there we are. Do you see it or not?
It's the same one, isn't it?
Yeah, you put it up or no? You gonna put it up on the screen?
It is up on the screen. What do you mean?
It's up on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. That's Jeremy Hales. Yeah, that's a story about.
Oh, that one.
This one right here. See? Look how
Yeah.
big it is. Ready? You found the picture of Jeremy. There's Jeremy. Jeremy with all his friends. But that's a story. There's Bruce right here. He's a Jewish attorney, and he calls Bruce some very bad things. Bruce is a good guy. You shouldn't fuck with Bruce. And Rabbi Belinsky, who's a rabbi, said that they were very bad for saying what they said.
Right. Isn't Shockey Jewish?
What? Yeah, Shockey's Jew, but
Jewish?
he's a bad Jew. He's not a good Jew. He's a very bad Jew. And so I gotta find this thing. This is my site, actually, by the way. I gotta find what Megan is. Megan, and then we got paint.
You're showing that on the screen.
What?
It's showing on the screen what you're searching.
I know.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's find out what it is. Megan paint chips. Let's see. Is this the good one? Is this the one we have? They see that they love this one, right? There's the picture that they love.
Oh my God! All right, but don't play it.
That's the one I'm going to go to jail. He's going to jail. Going to jail for that. That's Jeremy Hales. Jerm Hales.
Litigation privilege. That was hilarious when you brought that up. Yeah, those are the Hey Germs.
Yeah, Hey Germ. There's award-winning Megan Fox. Right?
Okay.
Award-winning Megan Fox. She's an award winner. Yeah, so, there's the one here. There we go. I'm giving Jay Hip a whole bunch. Oh, there we go. Hello.
No.
Hi-oh. Now, where is this now? Here we go. Okay.
Are you trying to pull up the article?
I'm trying to find the article. And then, this is this is a good article, right? This part right here. Anyone on this thread should be reporting this post in this group for sharing revenge porn. I do not consent to my image for being distributed in a gross sexual manner. Reports for sharing consensual sexual material. Leave this group. Anyone who supports this kind of something should not to be supported. I said, revenge porn is distributing intimate photographs of their usually former partner without their consent. So you admit we did the nasty. And so Megan says, the laws have changed, you idiot. Digital protections are included in the laws, including federal. You're a scumbag. I not consent to this harassing material. You're a piece of shit who deserves prison, and I'm sure you'll find your way back there soon. So you notice she did not disavow the fact that we did the nasty. So what we've learned today is that me and Megan did the nasty by her own admission. So let me see.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She's a sick woman. Very, very sick woman. Let's see, what else do we got? I try to find this video where she first said where paint chips comes from. Maybe it's NYCHA. Let's see if I get a NYCHA.
Is that it's in that article that you?
It's in an article that I wrote, and she started paint chips from something I wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait a second. We got an echo. Let me turn this off. This is the echo. I don't know. I did it someplace. I'll find it. I'll find it for us, and we'll have fun with it. But it's just, I had said that because she had done what she did. Let me see. Megan Fox and racist. Oh, I saw racist wrong. Racist.
She's just done so much bad shit. I mean, the speculation, the stuff about the children that she acts like she cares about. I mean, what about that child that was ARPed and she's saying that
block this out, Lisa. Block it out. It's terrible.
What I it's not on the screen. I thought you were
What?
done. Are you still
I'm
looking
done?
for it? I thought you were done with that. I thought because I thought
No,
that
don't
was
worry. You
your.
took it off?
Yeah, I'll add it back if you want.
No, put this one up. This is a good one.
Oh my
This is the
god, I'm
most
scared.
important question that we can ask today. The very
What
most
is
important question.
that? What was that?
What? It's pretty good, right?
Right, I guess I don't know. I just saw green face. Is that a shrike? What was
Is
that?
Megan Fox a secret reptile person?
Oh, like a lizard. Do you mean one of the lizard people?
She's one of the lizard people. Yeah, she's a lizard person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's Leslie. That's Leslie. Oh, here we go. There we go. Former journalist. What the hell's groupie? See her knee pads? Aren't
I
her knee pads
saw
beautiful?
that.
No lie too big. Put the tip jar. What's the breadsticks? Put them in there.
Yeah, super fiend.
Oh, there's the germ. There he is.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I gotta find that article.
All right,
So
we're gonna find the article one of these days. Hey, take this off. I'll take it off. Unshare. How do we unshare? Am I off?
I removed it. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what we got going on. Oh my God, I gotta find the article. 'Cause I wrote the article very specifically, and she's very stupid. She's a very, very stupid person because um, I sent her an email like when the whole story started with Jeremy Hales because her and Mike Volpe were like friends and they did things together with like journalism, and
Right.
then like they got into a fight, and I wanted to like ask him what's going on with the fight, and it was all family court stuff, and I cover a lot of family court stuff, and they're like, and she's like. You can't talk about Jeremy Hales if you've read everything. And blah, blah, blah. She was like, "What the?" I'm like, "What the fuck, bitch? Calm
Right.
down."
Right.
So she's just stupid.
Yeah, she's really like insane when it comes to him, like trying to defend him. Like just the original emails between her and Mike and Mike Bolby, I mean. Just those original emails there, it's kind of like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what do you care if Bolby's talking? It's just like it's just an interview. It's like you don't have to agree with him, but the way she turned their friendship and everything into it, like she really just is all for Hales, and honestly, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I
She
know
reminds me of her defense of a shitty person. She reminds me of Eva Braun.
Uh, oh God.
You know who
But
Eva
yeah,
Braun is, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm sorry. I mean, I've listened to her several videos. I do not watch her all the time. Like I said, I get links, and it's always when she's doing something crazy, and that's like talking about us or whatever it may be, and it's all lies. She just takes these little bits and she speculates so beyond the what the truth could possibly be. Even with Topher, like this dash cam video from last night, like she's just trying to reach for this story, like and trying to attack Tori. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? You have absolutely no idea what really went down and what happened. You know, do you? I don't expect she knows anything about kids that have autism or have the disabilities that he has and what she turned it into, and then just the doxing of it all. I mean, this woman, she's like, it's not her, her fault. It's the fault of the police department or the sheriff's office. I'm like, no, bitch, you're supposed to redact whatever you put online. You want to talk journalist? You're a journalist and stuff. When it comes to you not vetting anything, you are not a journalist. You're a content creator, is what you are. Okay. When you cross that realm and do a live stream without vetting any information whatsoever, or even trying or making an attempt to contact the people involved, you are no longer a journalist. In fact, you've never been when it comes to Hells. Okay? So you're full of shit and you are just a content creator on the Hells narrative. And if you weren't, then why wouldn't you have listened to Bruce and talked about Michelle's side of things? Why didn't you do any of that? Why haven't you asked me, since you talk about me all the time, anything? Nothing. I've never ever received an email from Meg or Megan mug.
Miss Lori wants to know, has Richard seen Germs and Martha's Tinder videos? She said she can resend it if not.
Oh, I'd love to see them. Yeah, fuck yeah.
You
Will I
Resend
know,
go
them, Miss
blind? That's all
Lori.
I can tell. Will I go blind?
it's pretty funny. To get one of Gabe's favorites, I have to look and find it because I've moved everything into these folders. But like, there's just a few that are hilarious about German and how he hits on people and stuff because he loves Bumble. Bumble is like his new dating app, and whether George believes it or not, now she's going with him on his storage unit trips all the time because if he comes to the villages, it's too close to her. He believes Leslie is. But she needs to worry about him in his own town. I mean, like I said, he's been to Green, Ohio. As soon as he gets it, he wasn't there that long. And had to make his trip. And he likes teachers, by the way, just so you know. So all you teachers out there, beware.
I like teachers. I
know.
love teachers. You know
But
why I love teachers?
They need to
You
stay
do
away
something
from
wrong, they
He's
make
bad.
you do it over.
He's just bad news. So, Anyway, guys, I'd love to do a giveaway tonight, but we're running late, so maybe we'll just throw it in on Thursday. But we need to do some fun stuff on Thursday as well. So, unless there's something in the court, I will not be here tomorrow. But Robbie goes live tomorrow on Get Swamped at 5:30. So, Rich, I want to thank you for coming on and explaining your joinder to my fabulous request. No, just kidding.
I mean, it was pretty good. It was a very good motion. It was a good request, a good motion. I like it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. The thing is that we won. We've won already, Lisa. The beautiful part is it's all in front of the judge. So the judge has to read it, and the judge is going to realize, oh my God, look at these friggin' people. They're maniacs.
Yeah.
Those people are maniacs.
Yeah.
So.
I really, really want to get this other one in, though. I really do. Because he's stalking my house.
Get it. Wait a week or two and then get it in. We'll get it in this week. I don't give a crap. You can do what you got to do, right? If you think you need to get it in, I'm not going to tell you who you are and what you can put into the court. If you think the court needs to see it, put it into the court.
I think the court needs to know that he's stalking me in the levels that he's gone to. And for no reason. No, there's no incident. There's nothing he heard of. No, nothing. He's just constantly looking up my address. He's also talked about how he's buying or someone's buying the house that I live in, and I'm going to be evicted. Coming to my house, and he's also throwing out these intimidation videos of him being around the villages, where I live, and I think that the court should know that.
Well, you know what? I think that maybe you have to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah. So, all right. So, we'll see what happens with that. And if I do anything, obviously I'll let you guys know about it. But yeah, guys, because since it is 1:00, I am going to head out, and I'll be back on Thursday at 10, and we'll have some fun. And of course, I'll let you guys know anything that goes on in court. But I want to thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. And prayers out to all you guys, even though who you think you don't need it, because everybody does. And definitely go and check out everybody's channels. Rich, if you want to put your channel link in the...
I'll put my link tree in right now. Hold on. Put it in right now. Linktree is the way to go, because you go to Linktree, and then you know where all my stuff is from there. That's what I learned. It's the trick I learned. I really want Linktree. All right? See, look at that. Linktree.
Miss Lori said she just resent it. Did you get it yet?
Let's see. No. Nope. Yeah. Last thing I have is from YouTube. Yay. That was so funny. Well, thanks, but it's not a video, it's a post. But it's available for all advertisers. So, anyway, did you get that?
Good night, everyone. Good night, J Hemp. Good night, J Hemp.
Good night, Cooper.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Coop. Good night, Shara.
I know, right?
Did you like the video with what's her name, Rosalind Duke and Megan with the eggplants? Did you like that one?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That was pretty good, right?
You're hilarious, Rich. All right, guys, thank you all again. Have a great night, and I'll see you on Thursday, if not before. But definitely check out Rich's channel and get swamped tomorrow at 5:30. Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Bye.
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 A goony goo goo and a toodaloo toot.